Hey you guys, welcome to a very special episode of Food and a Single Guy with me, your very own AMARU. Now, why is this episode so special? Please pray tell. Well, in case you haven't already checked out the community tab on my channel, I shared with you a couple of days ago that my cookbook, AMARU Cooks A Touch of Suriname Through Food and Anecdotes, is nominated for a Gourmand International Cookbook Award. Oh yes, and these people are referred to as the Academy Awards of Cookbooks. So I'm in great company, right? And get this, not only am I in great company, I'm also nominated in the Celebrity Chef category with one of South Africa's biggest stars, okay? This man is one of the judges on South African Idol, on South African The Voice. He's a choreographer. He has done The Lion King a lot. I mean, he is one of the biggest stars of South Africa. And I had been following him for a number of years on his social media, and I knew that he was busy writing his own cookbook, but I had no clue that I was going to be nominated with him in the same category. So when the organization sent me the notification, I jumped out of my skin. I couldn't contain myself. So I shared with you on the community tab a screenshot of the notification because I cannot share everything with you. But I was very happy, and I want to extend a tremendously large thank you to all of you who have purchased my cookbook thus far. So in case you haven't already purchased my cookbook, AMARU Cooks A Touch of Suriname Through Food and Anecdotes, in case you haven't already purchased your copy of my cookbook, please go to my website amaru.nl, click on the blue tag that says buy now, and it will take you to the website of the publisher. And they always have a coupon code, whether it's 10% or 15%. I always tell you everybody loves a sale. So that is why I added the tag and the link to the website so you can take advantage of this coupon code. All right? All right. Thanks again, you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, the second reason why this is such a special episode of Food and a Single Guy is because I am going to serve you a dish that is it's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites, but I could not, I refused to cook this dish with the powder because the berries that I'm going to introduce to you in a minute, they also have this up here in a powder. They sell this in a packet and you can use the powder instead of the berries. Now, this is called Masusa, all right? I did some research and I will include a link for you in the description box below the video so you can go ahead and read all about Masusa. It is a fruit, it's a flowering plant that produces these berries, and then you have to peel them open. It's very easy to peel them open because the skin is it's like a three-part skin that you can just peel open, and a bright orange seed pod with dark seeds will emerge. And you have to peel the fruit, you have to peel the berries, and then you have to soak them in lukewarm water, and then you have to juice the seed pods. That in turn will generate a very deep and dark and rich yellowish golden color, and that is the juice that you use to flavor and color your rice, add color to your rice, because that's what it's all about. And it's called Masoesa Alesi, meaning Masoesa Rijst. Now, like I said, they do have this up here in a packet, and also back home they sell this in a packet, and it doesn't have the scent of the Masusa. It only has the color. So, in my opinion, the packet contains a lot of food coloring. It adds a tremendous amount of color to your rice, but not so much or not at all the scent, the flavor, the taste of the Masusa. Now, let me share with you, I'm going to try to share with you to give you an indication as to the taste and the scent of Masusa. It is related to the ginger family, but it does not taste like ginger at all. It does have hints of the galangal root, the sweet ginger that I've shown you on this channel many times. It also, the texture of the peel on the inside is similar to sugar cane, if you will, but not so much the taste. If you're familiar with Earl Grey tea, it has hints of that scent. It is a very specific flavor, a specific scent, and I've lived in a couple of countries, but I have never ever seen this in other countries other than my own country, the Republic of Suriname. So if you're familiar with this, if you recognize this, and you know what it's called in your country, let me know, because I'm always interested in learning, and that is how we teach each other, right? Now, let me continue. We're gonna get on with the cooking in a minute, but I just wanna say this. I am not an expert of anything, but what I do know is when people butcher a traditional dish. I am very big and very passionate about my culture, and preserving traditional recipes and dishes such as this one is one of the things that I'm very passionate about. I see a lot of people adding stuff to this recipe that the recipe does not call for. So I am going to show you the authentic recipe. This is the way my elders have taught me how to cook this dish. All right? All right, you guys. Now, without further ado, let us continue. Okay, you guys. So this is the black gold from the homeland. And as you can see, I'm wearing these gloves, these itty bitty gloves, because these things, when you peel them, they stain. They stain tremendously, and it takes weeks to get the stains out of your hands. So you may want to wear some black clothes, some gloves, or possibly even a hazmat suit. I don't know. But I'm going to show you what we're going to do next, because we need to get to the inside of the fruit. We need to peel the fruit because we are going to use the seed pods of this fruit. See, this is what it looks like on the inside. So let me go ahead and continue doing this because I'm gonna be here for at least another year. As you can see, I have a lot of this to, a lot of these fruits to peel. And the smell is delicious. My goodness. Now you guys, before we continue, there is something else that I want to show you, because if you think that it's very difficult to get to the seed pods of this fruit, it is not. Because if you can see right here, the fruit is somewhat cut into 3 halves, if you will. That is the way it is designed by nature. So it's very easy to peel back the layers one by one. And that is how you get to the seed pod. So I still have a lot of these to peel. I'm not going to bore you with that because it's a very lengthy process. And if you've ever sliced open a passion fruit, you may have noticed that the seeds of the passion fruit are also attached to a membrane similar to this one. And while this plant is not related to the passion fruit, I don't think it is, it does have characteristics of, the passion fruit. This is what it looks like on the inside. And as you can see, the seeds are attached to the membrane right here. All right. Now let me go ahead. I'm almost done. As you can see, I'm almost done. And yeah, it's a lengthy process, as I said earlier. Okay, you guys, so I'm all done, and this is what the seed pods look like. They smell delicious. It took me about an hour to peel these, and I have just weighed them, and this is about 450 grams of the Masusa. So let us continue. Okay, you guys, so next we're going to pour the seed pods of the Masusa into this bowl. Like that. And then we're going to add about 1 liter of lukewarm water to the bowl. Upon which we are going to grind the seed pods with the palm of our hands, or squeeze them. And as you can see, the water is already starting to turn into this very dark, almost golden brown color, and that is exactly what we want. And keep your gloves on, you guys, because like I said, this thing stains tremendously. And I just noticed that the color of the picture has changed. Bear with me, you guys. So as you can see, by squeezing the seed pods together like this, the water turns into a very deep, almost golden brown color. And that is exactly what you want, because this is going to give your rice that very nice yellow color. And it's not just about the color of the rice, you guys. It is also about the flavor of the seed pods. It smells delicious, I can tell you that. And the powder that they sell up here and in my country doesn't have any flavor or any smell. So that is why I don't like to use the powder. Oh my gosh. I cannot thank my cousin enough for sending me this. Really. So this is what the seed pods look like. Let me show you. See? So next what I'm going to do, I am going to sift this. Alright, now let's try to do this gently. Ooh, look at all the seeds. Gosh, I wish I had a backyard, so I could plant these. You have no idea. Oh my gosh. So this is the juice that we're gonna use to cook the rice with. Alright? Alright. Now let me go ahead and take care of business, and I shall be with you in a couple of seconds. Okay, you guys, so what I have here is the juice that I've just extracted from the fruits, and I have been busy preparing for this dish since last night. So last night I tenderized my salted beef, and I have also seasoned my chicken. And you want to use chicken with the bone still attached to it. Don't use boneless chicken. That is not going to work. And I have seasoned the chicken with some salt, with some pepper, a little bit of garlic powder, and a hint of nutmeg. Now, if you've been on my channel long enough, you will know that I don't like nutmeg, but the recipe calls for nutmeg, so nutmeg I have added. All right? So let us continue. Now, this recipe also calls for some smoked ham, so there it is, nicely diced. You will also need some cabbage leaves, and as you can see, I am using the greenest leaves of the cabbage. And of course, you're going to remove the core, this thick vein. You don't want to cook this, it's very tough. And next, what we're going to do, we're going to roughly chop these leaves. Okay, you guys, so the cooker hood is on. It's going to make a truckload of noise. You know the drill. So what I'm doing here, I am heating some oil in my pan. And next what I'm going to do, I am going to brown my chicken. So as you can see, my chicken has taken on some color. Next what I'm going to add is the smoked ham. So after about 2 minutes, we're going to add the salted beef. And of course, we're going to give that a good stir. So next I'm going to add the onions and the garlic. And yet again, we're going to give this a good stir. And after about a minute, we're going to add the tomatoes. And after you've shaken things up a little bit, you're going to cover the pan and you're going to allow the meats to simmer on medium heat for about 10 minutes. Okay, you guys, so let's have a look-see. Ooh, honey, this is looking good. So next what I'm going to add is the cabbage. Here we go. Now, next I'm going to add the rice. And this is about 750 grams of rice. And next we're going to gradually add the Masusa juice. You don't want to add too much too soon. Now in my country, we have a very special way of measuring how much water to add to such a dish, okay? You simply take your index finger, you put it into the pan like this, and if the tip of your index finger touches the rice and the water level ends at the first digit, that's when you know that you have sufficient water in your pan. Alright, you guys, so this is looking good. Next what I'm going to do, I'm going to add this big boy to the pot. Just like so. Don't puncture it, I'm warning you. And next what we're going to do, we're going to allow this to come to a boil. until the water is almost completely evaporated. Alright, you guys, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn down the heat and I'm gonna cover the pan and allow the rice to continue to steam for anywhere between 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, you guys, now before we move on to the final presentation, I want to give you a couple of tips and pointers, okay? Now, this recipe does not call for any black-eyed peas or brown beans or field beans or whatever kind of bean. That is not what this recipe calls for. I don't care what you see on YouTube. That is not the authentic dish, okay? That is not what the recipe calls for. Secondly, you never, and I'm not engaging in a debate with anybody, you never add coconut milk. Because what the coconut milk does, it extracts all the color of the masusa. And then in turn, your rice is going to look a shady color of brown instead of a deep dark yellow. So you never add the coconut milk. Alright? Alright, now you guys, you've waited long enough. It is time to move on to your mukbang moment. I know how some of you like it when I eat on camera. I freaking hate eating on camera. I cannot stand to watch people eat on video. I cannot. But you know, every now and again, I aim to please, I indulge. So, here we go. Don't get used to it. Here we go. There's that pickled cucumber, the fried plantain, the meats, the rice. It smells delicious. Let's dig in. For all the people who want their mukbang moment. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am not going to lie to you. This is some good food. And I always tell you, if it's not good, I will let you know too. This is some good food, my goodness. Baby, let me tell you, this is some good food. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, you know that I grew up in the Caribbean, right? And if you've read my book, you may have read the stories and everything. But when the food is good in the Caribbean, on the islands, and the food is good, somebody cooked and the food is good and everybody's enjoying themselves, somebody in the house would say, "Bless the hand that cooked the food." That is what they say. Yeah. And let me tell you something. The hand that cooked this food, I think it's blessed. Thank you, Jeeb. Bye. And now, at long last, the final presentation. And doesn't that look gorgeous? Honey, let me tell you, I always share with you the good, the bad, and the ugly, and you know that I'm very critical of my own food. Baby, let me tell you, this food on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the absolute best, it was a 12. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. I shared with my mother, with my neighbor. They both were very excited about, you know, the quality of the dish and the taste and everything, and they could smell the masusa in the rice. So baby, let me tell you, I knew that I had cooked a pot of stupendous food, but when your elders tell you that this is the shice, yeah, that's when you know you have arrived. Baby, it was so effing good. So thanks again to my cousin and his family for sending me these masusa berries. Like I said, if you're familiar with these, if you can find these in your neck of the woods and you want to prepare this dish, let me know how it turned out. You can also try saffron, but it's not going to give you the same taste. Okay, it's going to give you the color, but not so much the taste. Okay, now do be well, take care, happy cooking, happy eating, have a great weekend, and don't add crazy to the craziness. And we will see each other when we see each other. Have a good one, you guys. Bye.